Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising in Venus. Welcome. It's Warriors of Light Astro Tarot, and I'm David. And we're doing a very special heart spread reading this week. Instead of reading for you and the one that's on your mind and love and romance and relationship, we're reading for you and your relationship to your own higher self, called the Higher Self Read, using the heart spread here. So first, I want to go into the astrology real quick. Opposing you is Jupiter in Aries transit. It's at 1 degrees now, starting to pick up steam. And you got Venus there too. I think it's at 19. Now both of these, you got the minor benefic Venus and greater benefic Jupiter. And so the good news is, as oppositions go, both of those are not the worst oppositions in the world to your sun, or even say to your rising, assuming you have a sun in Libra. So if you have a late degree Libra, say 25 degrees and up, you're going to pick up on the square of this Pluto retrograde right now. And you're just going to have to look that up, because that's a can of worms. And, maybe consider personal reading. I do astrology, so, or at least maybe just Google or YouTube, however you do it, and kind of look in a little bit in general and see how it resonates with you, because this is a big deal. Pluto's 250 years, it'll go around that sun, and so in our entire lifetime, it's only touching aspects, and so it's very karmic. In evolutionary astrology, it represents the soul, and so whatever it does during our lifetime, maybe it takes 25 to 30 years to go through one sign. It's very karmic. So if it's opposing your sun, or if it's squaring your sun, I'm sorry, that's a big deal. Like, it's opposing my moon right now, I was going to say, and it's a big deal. My God, it's a bigger deal even I know and I didn't know. It's one thing to know something intellectually, but it's another to experience it. So hit me up, or at least go and investigate kind of how that plays. I'm trying to think of what the good news is. So Aquarius, now you got Saturn. So that's the other. Saturn's kind of pain in the ass. It's that restrictive energy, the big daddy. But that's trining you. So, and it's at like 25 right now, Aquarius. So again, kind of in those late degrees, you're getting hit with this. But that's not so bad. But Saturn's, it's a trine, so it's easy, and, it's flowing energy and harmonious. But with Saturn, it's always going to be about, makes it kind of easier to do your work, easier to be disciplined, easier to have self-discipline, It's not like getting a birthday cake, when it comes to Saturn. So that's kind of the biggest deals, A lot of the stuff with this reading wanted to focus on was the Scorpio full moon eclipse at 25 degrees. You got the bookend with the lunar eclipse. You had the solar eclipse at 10 degrees, and so that all of that would have been, and you've also got the nodes there, of course, and you've got right at 15 degrees Uranus, which is all about change and kind of breaking things up and freeing things up. But that's, I'm guessing, like for most Libras, just by the sun or even the rising energy, that's kind of like with that inconjunct. Well, it's kind of like the Scorpio moon down there. It's next to you, because two signs next to each other, they're just like not there. It's like you're not seeing it. So if I was to try to talk to you about what's going on with an inconjunct, a lot of you might go, I don't even know what you're talking about, Dave, because it's just like you kind of don't see it, that energy. No, it doesn't mean it's not relevant. So you can look, you've got this eclipse at 25 degrees, the sun's at 25 Taurus, so you can look at if your sun is at 25 or anywhere near there, 24, 23, 26, 27, Libra, look at what it means to be quincunx or inconjunct to the solar eclipse. You might find some material on that. But it's just very difficult energy to work with. So the good news is, I think, for you guys was Saturn. So really kind of what that tells me is, kind of in general, it's the time to buckle down and do the hard work. It's not sexy, and time in general. The only thing that would really come into play with this reading is that Venus at 19 as an opposition. I could see that maybe coming into play. Let me explain. So, your energy is the star, of course, hopes, dreams, wishes, and when I see this here in a spiritual reading like this, is a manifester. So I think I'm speaking to a Libra who's a manifester. You're into manifesting. And with the Ace of Pentacles, we look at these kind of together in this reading. This is not your lover now. You're trying to manifest something new, a new beginning, right? It might be really in terms of material wealth. I'm kind of there. I got love, but I'm trying to manifest wealth and health, And Pentacles can be health, too. I'll go there. So you're trying to manifest wealth and or health, okay? And so if that resonates, that might be what this is about. Always, too, when we're looking at in terms of the moon and the eclipses and the solar eclipses, we're looking at that north node, south node, which is like back to 2004, looking at that 18-year cycle. So spiritually, got to keep that in mind as we're going here. Like maybe back then you weren't into manifesting yet. So that's something that you've gained over this time. And I see this very positive. This is always positive reading. It can't be negative. It's just about your spirit. How are you relating? So with the Ten of Pentacles to the Nine of Wands, this is the energy. Like look at this guy down on his knee. It's like you're almost there. Like you're right there. That's what I get out of it with this Ten of Pentacles. Like, leave me a message. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. Leave a comment. But I get the feeling that's like you being like right there, and you like right at this moment you might be feeling like I feel like something's incomplete. I'm not quite there. And then when you look at the advice from Spirit, being the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, and particularly with the Four of Wands under the Four of Pentacles under the Nine of Wands, I got the rein it in. And so I just like that. I get the feeling like you're on it. You're just about there. You just got to kind of, like if you're fishing maybe, and it's kind of subtle. And maybe now is where you got to kind of rein it in a little bit, because this guy, he's going to get up in a minute. He's resting. He's not over. He's a warrior. And he's got one last shot to take. And that's going to be the one that gets him there. And that's you. Yeah, but right now, maybe you're reining it in because you're trying to balance things out. I mean, that's what this is about. I mean, this is not, a decision. This is balance here. All about balance. Practical things, spiritual things. When you see Two of Pentacles, like, balancing out, meditation in the morning, working out in the evening, doing my work, getting what has to be done, but practical things here. Setting up your space, your altar, changing your schedule so that you can meditate and do what you need to do. Something really practical here, not something in your mind or just a thought. And then when we come to the Three of Cups here, this is the advice from Spirit for how to bring this all together. So here in this kind of reading, it's like still as same as the regular heart spread. It's the most important card here in this 8-card reading. And I think this is counterintuitive. Remember, this was kind of like rein it in and relax. I think that's what the Three of Cups means here. It's like relax. And I laugh because you're probably thinking like relax. No, it's not the time to relax. I'm almost there. I just gotta keep going on and do it. And I think it's like you gotta relax. I call it the walk away. If you're manifesting, I call this the walk away. And it's like, you do everything you can do to do the manifestation. You put it out there, but then you gotta walk away from it. Watch pot never boils. So you gotta walk away. And one way, sometimes I walk away is by reading, or sometimes I walk away. You just want to have some fun. You want to get something that's emotionally fulfilling, desirable, makes you happy. And just go there and do whatever that is that you need to do to get you into that place, and just get totally away from all of this trying to manifest stuff. And then I think what you end up with the King of Swords is crystal clarity. That's what that is to me. You're going to be like kind of enlightened and have this and assertiveness. Like, this is not typically a Libra trait. So very crystal clear and assertive Libra.